Hello and welcome to AUC Weekly News Bulletin. I'm Rania and today we'll be having reports covering the stunting talk, the graphic design exhibition taking place on campus, and the Princess Fawzia, the duality of Egyptian women. Starting off by our discussion about the stunting talk. On Thursday, AUC hosted the head of pediatric clinic nutrition of Cairo University, Dr. Hana Abulghar, to discuss the long-term implications of the stunting. Stunting is a medical term used to describe a condition where the child does not reach his or her expected height through childhood and hence in adulthood. Abulghar discussed the first 18 months of the child's lifetime critical for their development, as the care for nutrition they have at this age would determine whether they would be stunned or not.
Is an important illustration used in many publications related to improving health in developing countries. It shows us the relation between chronic malnutrition, which lowers your immunity, causes you to suffer more chronic.
She continued by explaining that people are struggling from a lack of nutrition in their food as they eat, increasing the risk of stunting, which affect brain development in the future.
Do these kind of interventions. If we follow the WHO recommendations for vitamin D and iron supplementation, for example, if we increase dietary diversity, if we teach people to eat more diverse, more colorful plates.
Moving on to our next topic, the Graphic Design Open House Exhibition. The Graphic Design program at AUC invited all of its alumni to attend the Open House exhibition last Monday, March 18th. The Graphic Design Open House is an annual exhibition that presents a selection of work by graphic design students at the AUC, and it takes place on the Sharjah Art Gallery at AUC's new campus. The exhibition acts as motivation for the graphic design students as it gives everyone equal opportunity to showcase their work. The exhibition also exposes the students to possible career paths. The exhibition started on March 17th up until March 26th. Finally, our last topic is about an Egyptian 16-year-old 10th grader that used AUC Rare Books and Special Collections Library to research about the paradox of Princess Fawzia, the sister of King Farouk. Jana Amina is a 16-year-old Egyptian-American 10th grader from Boston, USA. An avid speaker, Jana won a national championship in original oratory exploring the issue of fake news. Growing up surrounded by Egyptian women, Jana experienced the disconnect between the women in her own life and those portrayed in the media. While women play a critical role in Egypt's social and political economic development, they are often portrayed in the international media as victims of oppressive laws, societal explanations, and regional boundaries.
Presentation by the student coming from the United States. It was really good to see a high school student using these materials. We have many visitors who use our materials from abroad, either remotely, we give them help over email, but it was good to see someone come here, use the materials, and someone coming from, as I said, from a younger setting, from a high school setting. Most high school students wouldn't be doing that, so it was good to see our collections used that way.
To further understand this paradox, Jana researched the life of Princess Fawzia. Jana's research took from the KEU National Archive in the UK to AUC Rare Books and Special Collections Library, where she found a rich collection of Egyptian magazines and newspapers that helped her a lot in her research. In this talk, Amin shared how AUC's Rare Books and Special Collection Library was instrumental to her research. By showing her findings, Jana hopes to inspire Egyptian women to take control of their own narrative. That was all for today's news bulletin. Stay tuned for our interview segment. Moving on to our interview, our guest today is Zainab Abdelrazak, a business major student at the American University in Cairo. Moreover, Zainab started her own jewelry business called Zijou. She's an inspiring and motivational example of time management and following her dream. Hello, Zainab.
Hi, thank you for the lovely introduction.
First off, what has motivated you to create a jewelry line like Zijou?
I was always interested in jewelry and fashion in general, and I wanted to start a business. So I decided to combine my passion with something that I already wanted to do, and it came up to Zijou.
Why did you especially choose the silver jewelry?
Because I feel like you can buy in normal stores and malls, you can buy metal things that can go rusty and it's not very high quality, and it still is at a higher price. So I thought that I can let people afford a good quality and a good price with my product.
So who supported you at the start, when you first started?
Of course, my parents, especially my mom. She was the one who helped me look for a manufacturer, and she was the one who created the ideas with me.
That's very interesting. Can you please describe to us more the way that your life changed after having this jewelry line or your own business?
It definitely made me more responsible. I learned how to manage my time much better than I used to before, and it also helped me to learn how to balance from the start as a student.
Well, how did it feel when you got the attention from the media like Radwa Shirbini?
It was actually a very surprising opportunity. I did not see it coming at all, and these are the best opportunities. And of course, I took it right off the bat, and I respected her trust and her promotion to startups like mine.
Were there any voices that were telling you not to start this business?
Yes, actually there were a few. There were a few from people who were close to me, so their opinion does kind of matter. But their point of view was more like they would see me in a better situation where, besides just having a jewelry business. But I took into consideration what they said, but I did what I wanted at the end.
Are there days you felt like you want to quit and you don't want to continue this business?
Of course, sometimes it gets difficult. And it's not easy because I do everything on my own, so I have to manage all the different aspects and details, but I never thought of quitting because what it added to my life is much more than what I had to lose.
Yes, I was just going to ask you, what did it add to your personality and what did it add to your personal life?
It did add a lot. It helped me become more of a professional person. When you deal with money and finances and profits, and then the money that I got, for example, it's all mine and I don't have to do something about it. Of course, I spent it all, but that's not the case. It's about the experience, of course, and what I had to learn.
But what is the biggest challenge you faced when you first started your business?
The challenge was finding a good quality. Making of course selling, because online on Instagram it all depends on the content and the followers and what you do for marketing, because I'm not in a location on ground. Another challenge was dealing with the costs, because of course at the beginning it was very expensive because the manufacturers didn't know me either, so it was a whole mess, but it worked out at the end.
Well, how did you manage your time between being a student and being an entrepreneur?
Basically, I can't tell you that I don't have my mind off of both lives, but it's more of like whenever I get an idea for Zijou, I would take my time off to work on it, and whenever I had an assignment or a midterm, I had to study. It's more like trying to balance and at the same time not making myself feel like I'm more obliged to do something more than the other.
Working within the entrepreneurship field, were there any stereotypes they were been rising about you?
The stereotypes were not only stereotypes, they were actually underestimation from my age. So I used to call people, for example, packaging manufacturers on the phone, and we decide that they're going to meet me and everything, and when they meet me, they're shocked. Why are you so young? Are you still in school? Why are you doing this right now? How do we trust you? So it was actually very annoying at the beginning, but of course I had to prove them wrong.
And how do you combat such a negative aspect?
By basically showing my work ethic and my attitude, because I'm serious. This is my money. This is something I invest my time and myself in. So they see with the attitude and the behavior and how I deal with work, they gain respect, but eventually.
This is what keeps you going mainly, right?
Of course, it's become part of me. People sometimes call me Ziju if they don't know my name. It is a good addition in my life, thank God.
Thank you, Zainab.
Thank you for having me.
Through today's talk, we can learn persistence and the importance of time management. Anyone can achieve anything they are passionate about despite all the obstacles.